Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in for HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia, of course. So, first game we have today is MRR versus s2y. And, of course, my name is Abstract and with me is Lark.
Yeah, what's up guys? Glad to always be here as usual. And annyeonghaseyo to those of you that know Korean. Constantly gonna be practicing that from now on. But anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good game. MRR versus s2y. Of course we know very much about both these teams. We've casted them in the past a lot, and both have their strong points about themselves. But of course, s2y probably the favorites going into this game, as they are currently number one in the uh, I think number one, yeah. Currently number one in the G
They
League
should be
tables, I
number one,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Without even
what is
losing a
this?
single one,
They,
so...
yeah, and in fact they are even what do you call this? Gonna be representing Southeast Asia for the DreamHack Winter Finals. So that's gonna be pretty awesome over there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, without further ado, let's take a look into this game we have. So, instantaneously for the first banning phase, we do have Torture and Keeper of the Forest being banned out from s2y, and Ophelia and Tempest being banned out from the Hellborn side. Pretty normal, except for the Torturer ban, that is. Didn't really
Yeah.
expect a Torturer ban. Is anyone in the Hellborn is like really good at Torture or something like that? Let me see. Why do IQ have like one game of a Torture though? But that's pretty much all.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why they decided to go for a torture ban. It could be towards a certain strategy that they're gonna go for, maybe a push strategy. Sorry, not a push strategy. Maybe something like more heavy in terms of a sense that they go all in on a single core hero to kind of carry into the game. And Torture is one of those heroes that can really push down towers really quickly and force the enemy team to take team fights that is not really ideal for them. So I think that's more of the reason right there. But I don't really feel it's a ban worthy hero in the first banning stage there. The rest of the heroes, like you nice to mention, is pretty much just standard. You know, Ophelia, Keeper of the Forest, Tempest, very strong jungles. But that just means that Fate wasn't banned out, and as you see right there, S2I quickly picks him up after the first pick of the Master Forms. If you notice, a lot of the Southeast Asia players, they like to run this a lot. I mean, the strategy in terms of like picking up the early supports instead, as compared to picking up in like the third or second stage. So it's gonna be a fun. I mean, it's gonna be pretty decent coming up from both teams. As you see, Engineer Sandwave is already picked up for the Hellborn.
Yeah, so only in the stage of the game we do a Master of Arms and Fate for s2y, Engineer and Sandray for the Hellborn. So it kind of works sort of the same way. We'll always kind of look at Master of Arms and Engineer in the same support kind of caliber. Fate in the god tier ganking hero, and Sandwave the god tier carry hero, that is. So Legion and Hellborn right now is kind of have the same kind of discrepancy in terms of a godlike amount of heroes. So added to the new team for the Legion, there would be a Scout, probably gonna run the Suicide if the continuous lineup was to suggest. So what do you think about the addition of Scout to this current team? I mean, like, it's just 3 picks, but at least it might make a very big impact into the
Yeah,
next 2 heroes that they're about to pick.
yeah, definitely. I mean, like Scout's just a really good pick here because that's gonna be such a hard thing to deal with for this Sandwave. Like with a Scout, you're practically gonna be disarming Sandwave most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Essence is also could be picked up, and that's kind of addressed the Invis heroes, both Fate and Scout coming up from this Legion team. I still feel that Legion team has the much more better lineup right now because Scout and Fate can easily gank in the early start of the game whenever they want, with the help of Master of Arms, of course. Especially once he reaches the level 6, he has the defensive Master's Call and the offensive, so Legion team doesn't need to be worried as much in terms of going in or trying to pick up a kill or trying to survive after the gank goes wrong or such.
That is true, since
Yep.
Scout is a really reliable hero in the early phases of the game. Like once you hit level 7, you can freaking go to the middle lane and try to snag up some kills. You can just completely render your opponent useless with the 3 seconds silence, if I'm not wrong. Not to forget the disarm. So technically, your opponent can't do a single thing against you when the scout
Yep.
is on a road to ganking, and it really helps the team a lot if the scout intends to play like that. Just rush for a freaking shrunken head immediately, and once he gets his shrunken head, you're pretty much in for a lot of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like Scout's just it's just so good against melee heroes. In fact, even against a Pestilence, like if like Pestilence flies in, he stuns him, tries to turn around with like a gore, but he bashes him in. That just means he's locking down his auto attack at the same time locking down his gore ability right there. So he's not gonna be able to like stun the Scout whenever they're whenever there's a battle
Yeah,
between
that's
both
right.
these
That's right.
players. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Aluna's gonna beat the. Did we go over the ban? Yeah, maybe.
Not yet though. So, we do have Ratchet Hack, Rally, and Magmas being banned out for the Legion. And for the Helmon, we've got Parasite, Bubbles, and Warbeast. Not very surprised
Hmm.
though. I mean, like a Parasite ban, okay. Just I mean, like it's reasonable, but not to that extent. I mean, like I don't really see the Legion going for any jungling strat at all. But at least it
Yeah, I
still works,
mean,
yeah. I mean, like,
for Hell.
never mind. Ratchet Hack is banned as well. I thought that it's possible for the Legion to go to NC, like they can have Fate and Master of Arms to the middle lane, Scout to the Suicide or short, and Ratchet Hack to the Suicide or short, and have a Parasite in the NC. But banning out a Parasite pretty much always shouts a Ophelia out. But Ophelia has been banned in the first banning phase anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that Hellburn is just afraid that if they do pick up that extra jungle advantage, it's gonna set them back because they already have a very very strong early game lineup with the Fade, Scout, and Master of Arms. They can just gank around wherever they can, and if they have a Parasite on top of that, it's just gonna be it's slightly overkill in my opinion, but it's still gonna be super damn effective because it shuts down the core hero on the Hellburn team. Like if you're shutting down Pestilence and Sandwave, the other two members from the supporting cast, as you can see right now, the Witch Slayer and Engineer, they're not gonna do much because they need levels and they need farm. And if they're not, if they have to like constantly just like full on, just run around the map and just babysit both these heroes, it's gonna cut their resources, resource gain, and it's just gonna be very diminishing towards the team. So can definitely understand why maybe they want to pick a ban out that Parasite, as always having a jungle option is really really good. The Aluna pickup is still pretty good itself, and that just screams that much more aggression because you have Scout Aluna, which is gonna do a pretty decent amount of damage. You have Scout that can just roam across the map, look for someone. I mean, just stun them out, throw out one Aluna red power throw, and then like he dies. Or it could even be with the master, not the master, the Fade. Like Fade just gank somewhere, just opens up a deflection, burning shadows, call into a red power throw. That's also gonna kill off a lot of heroes. Master of Arms, of course, like they have such good burst potential coming out from this Legion team, both physical and uh magical. Like you have the Corrupted Disciple to kind of soak up the damage coming out from the Sandwave or even the Pestilence. Or even Wild Soul if they really want to, but I think it's kind of useless. I mean, like the Sandwave or the Pestilence is just gonna be so damn good, and that's just a spell a lot of doom for this Hellborn team because that's so much aggression coming out from the Legion. They have a lot of. I mean, they don't have the best lockdown because, well, actually no, they do have decent amount of lockdown. They have Master of Arms charge shot. They have the stun coming out from the Aluna. What is it called? The Emerald Lightning. They have the Fade Burning Shadows. As for the Hellborn team, they have a decent amount of stuns as well with the Pestilence,
It kind of looks like the
Impale.
whole team have a stun. Kind
Yeah,
of look like, except
kind of.
for Sandrift, that is.
Yeah, I mean, well, also is more of like a root,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Entanglement, just immobilized, but it's still pretty reliable. I mean, like the percentage chance of the entanglement from Boo Boo is actually pretty high if you consider it well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, it seems like some teams they just don't have much luck with it. Although other teams, it just seems like RNG gods are like always in their favor. You see, the first hit roots is just like complete lockdown into just complete death. So, it's something definitely that they have to be wary of. I mean, having that wild soul pickup is slightly greedy on top of the Sandwraith and the Pestilence, but if they're able to pull it off, it could be very, very scary for the Legion team. Legion team is kind of working against the timer right now. They need to make sure that they're able to transition nicely towards the middle game and end it fairly quickly, because if Wild Soul gets the farm as well as Sandwave and Pestilence, they might actually win the game. As Legion team, they don't have the best of late game. They have the Scout and Corrupted Disciple, but that's more of like a dual core setup. As for the Hellboy team, you have like a tri-core in that sense.
My personal opinion about the Legion is actually pretty fine. As for the Hellborn, I mean, I'm not entirely sure how they are going to evenly distribute their goal. Is not as greedy as you thought, but I thought that Pestilence is one of the those heroes that actually need a decent amount of farm to actually be able to snowball well. Why do I keep saying snowball?
You miss Snowbell too much, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought that Pestilence is one of those heroes that requires a certain amount of farm to be able to snowball well. If not, it's just technically all you can do is support with the swarm and just stun as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, without the shrunken head, without some extra added attack speed items, like attack items. In fact, even like the the shield breaker. He's gonna be so useless that it will come to a point that he's just practically food for the Legion team. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see how it goes. A lot of it boils down to the execution, and I think that Fade Aluna lane in the middle has much more kill potentials compared to this Engineer Pestilence. I think the Engineer Pestilence combo will be harder to pick off ganks, so definitely gonna be, again, definitely in favor of Fate and Aluna. If you see the Master of Arms rotate over towards the middle, they're gonna easily pick up a kill onto at least Engineer or Pestilence.
That is right. Most probably, Engineer might be the victim, I think. I mean, like, take a look at what DYS Core and Mr. Sun is doing. Oh, instantaneously just getting a lot of harassment onto Mr. Sun with his stuns and everything else. And Aluna technically just using all their diversion to actually just deal as much damage onto Bomb Rusher Pole at a point of time. So, in that whole entire damage trade-off thing, it does look like Legion still have a rather good start off.
Yeah, I mean, like, they just used only like 2 spells right there, and that just brought down Engineer to such low life. He ate some light stones right there, so getting some shit back.
Oh,
my God,
wasted that stun there. Unfortunately for him, so no more stuns incoming. We do have the Keck able to stun onto Mr. Sun.
Engineer's gonna die.
And of course, not entirely. I don't think that he's gonna die, but Aluna with a power throw, almost getting a kill on the Engineer. He turns back with that health potion. Come on, hit him. No, not able to hit the top lane. Meanwhile, we do have Witchlayer actually being very harassed by Escape. Now, what is going on? Is the Scout actually winning in the top lane against the Witchlayer and Sandwave? Now that's gonna be interesting to see. Let's take a look at the stats, that is. So Scout with 4 creep kills and 0 creep denies, and Sandwave with 8 creep kills and 2 creep denies. Considering getting 4 creep kills is pretty decent already. We do have Graveyard Stun onto Scout, disarming the hell out of this Witchlayer. Just take a look at the amount of damage that Scout can really do at just level 3, man. Imagine
and
just rolling around.
Yep. And he has the Iron Shield as well, and that's why he's able to deflect a lot of damage coming from Witchlayer. And you saw right there again the power of the disarm. One auto attack and then Witchlayer is practically useless. He can just throw it.
I'm surprised that he just stood there like nothing.
Yeah, oh, here comes the Luna though. He might be able to pick up a kill.
Yep, but he's got double damage. We have Scout. Oh, damn, we have power throw right onto Witchlayer, and easily after that 87 damage, disarm, they were able to pick off this Witchlayer really smoothly. Surprisingly, it's really smooth. It's just hit. I mean, like, the animation from this Tetra Scout is really smooth. It doesn't feel so abrupt in terms of attacking and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure whether you understand what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah.
But
I do. And that's just really good for them because that's the offlane Scout. He's already level 4. He's been able to pick up on a lot of farm himself. He's doing a really decent job. He can even pick up
really good job, actually.
Yeah, I mean, and it just boils down to the fact that Aluna rotated. That's really good as well.
Middle lane Graveyard on the DYS guard. Oh, instantaneous done right on the Aluna. If he runs away, then there will be a great pity for the Hellborn. But stacking stuns, of course, is not recommended, but they just have some communication breakdown at this point in time. But at least they still managed to get the kill on the Aluna. Not that I'm surprised or anything. Aluna practically have no item and 530 HP, so gonna be left there and stuff like that. Aluna down is technically 1:1 in favor for the Legion team in terms of experience and gold. So it still looks pretty okay for the Legion, despite the fact that Scout is really winning in the top lane pretty well. Hold on a second. Oh, miniaturization on Scout, and eventually he goes down from the final attack from Larcms as he brings down the Judgment from Graveyard, just attacking him to death and stuff like that. Of course, s2y will be able to get an assist gold onto him, and top lane is practically losing. Middle lane, we've got Pestilence being able to run away. Yeah, are they gonna let him run away? Are they gonna let him run away? Yes, he led away, but still. Fate, how about Fate? Will he be able to run away? Come on, use your potion, use your... No! Oh, no, Mr. Suns! What are you doing? Cax down onto Aluna, one more hit. Beautiful disarm! That disarm just right on time, managing to save the life of this Aluna in order to pick a kill for himself as well.
Yeah, that was just really well played. I mean, it kind of like, wow, that action just didn't die enough. Starting from the top lane, Scout shouldn't have been so ballsy. He actually had vision, I do believe, of the Witch Slayer running over. Maybe, I think so. So that was just a big misplay coming from Scout to not just straight away, like straight up use the invis and just get out of that vicinity. He knew that Witch Slayer didn't have a dust in his inventory. Then middle lane, you saw there, Fate unfortunately was not able to get the proper positioning.
Was that the cooldown or something? Is it vanished?
Yeah, the burning shadow. No, I mean like when what is this? Aluna died, was about to die. It seemed like they couldn't pick up the kill onto the Pestilence because that was a huge turret, by the way, coming up from Bomb Marshal Ball. So that practically saved the life of this Pestilence. Like that one bullet hitting onto Fate really slowed him down so much that it was really nothing that this Fate could do. I mean, this Aluna could do to auto attack him to death. But yeah, good rotation coming up from Scott to save out the Aluna.
So technically I've been putting up a lot of emphasis onto Peter yet just technically farming of the ancients, the medium stacked camps with, of course, the acid bomb, and just really doing what he can do best at. So a level 4 support of a Master of Arms is pretty decent already. But hold on a second, take a look at the top lane. We do have Hastrun currently being taken on by Colorac, just chasing onto Aluna. Mirage gonna be casted, and Desert's Curse right onto Aluna. Might die, might not, but oh no, denies from the ancient camps. Unfortunately, not at all. And now it looks like Pit and Mr. Sun's gonna go down from all of that. And Colorac getting a ultimate water streak in just 6 minutes in. Really interesting. It does look like the early start that the Legion slightly have is slowly losing out, as the Hellborn is really congregating a lot and putting up a lot of emphasis in terms of sniping of opponents at this point of time. It's pretty early, and they've got pretty decent knockouts with their gankings.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that MRR is able to get the one up onto Legion team right now, because Legion team has a much more aggressive team in the start. But it seems that Witch Slayer is doing a really good job of rotating around. I always hate seeing a support Witch Slayer, but this is more of like a secondary support, so he does kind of get decent farm himself. It's just really good rotation by him to go from top to middle, set up kills twice in a row already, I believe. So he's doing a good job for his team, and that's what's really getting them back into this game. And you look at Scout already, he does have the Ghost Watcher's finish. That's a really good item for him, and that's gonna allow a lot of harass onto the heroes coming out in the middle lane, sorry, the top lane. Sandwave is gonna go for an Energizer, and he should have that soon. Witch Slayer even already has a Dust, so he's like 100% fully prepared for a Fade gank or even a Scout gank. His Fade's already level 6 right here. You look at Scout in the middle lane, he's trying to look for an opening to kill this Pestilence, but unfortunately just really misses out onto the Engineer.
Yeah, so well, like things isn't looking as grim as I thought. I mean, like when it kind of looked like the Legion is just losing in terms of kills and they're just getting picked off at really bad moments, I thought that it might look pretty bad, especially for Scout. But in the end, it does look like it was pretty decent. He managed to get a Ghost Marcher, so at least he managed to prove his point that he won the suicide lane.
Definitely. I mean, he's level 7 already. That's the second highest for the rest of his team. Fade's not even level 7 yet, and he was in the mid. But that of course is due to the dual lane. But it's just a lot of feats coming out from him and the Aluna at the middle. Like especially even before when they had that little skirmish at the what do you call this, the ancient camps right here, the triple stack ancient camps. Fade wanted to go in, went in with the burning shadows. Not sure exactly what the thought was behind that. It just wasn't really necessary, seeing as to how
They
Aluna
go to
was
top
already
lane though.
eliminated.
Looks like Switch Layer currently. Oh, Graveyard right onto Aluna. Looks like Aluna might not be able to survive this. Or nope, will not be able to survive as well. The damage coming from Sandrift is really high. Deserter just deals heck a lot of damage from that. And in the end, it looks like Scout wasn't really able to do anything. Wasn't even able to get a kill on the Witch Layer. I thought that they might as well try to do something about that. But, well, take a look at middle lane. That we do have Mirage gonna be casted. Oh, that's not Mirage. Wait, is it even Mirage? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's Mirage.
Yes, it is Mirage. So, looks like DuaiQ will be able to get the kill on the Mr. Suns and getting himself a serial killer streak pretty early in the game. And right now he's got an Energizer currently with 410 GPM. So he's doing relatively well actually. He's doing pretty well. Getting a lot of kills for himself, despite the fact that he wasn't entirely being able to completely win. Oh, for a second, bottom lane we do have Color getting a kill on the backseat Gastry. Looks like s2y is really just losing out a lot in this phase of the game. It's just 10 minutes in and they've been giving really reckless kills to Hellborn.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what s2y is doing right now. Like, they should have, like, if they wanted to be more aggressive in nature, they needed more ward setup. They needed Scout to rotate as soon as possible once he picks up some boots. He did try to rotate into the mid, but it just came to the point where it was a little bit late, in my opinion. That rotation was way too late for him to actually get something done. There was already wards up by the rest of the Hellborn members, and Engineer and Witchley were making the most out of it. They were the ones that were going in, setting up kills onto the middle lane against the Spade or even Aluna. You see right there again, the damage is pretty damn insane at this early start with that keg stun. And you gotta think it's mixed damage right now in the middle lane. You have the keg stun, which is magical as well as the turret, but on top of that you have the pestilence, which is doing complete physical damage to you with that swarm. So it's a really good combination right there, I feel, which should be able to really burst you down really quickly. Backstick Gastry actually going to go for the Ghost Marches and Energizer. Don't really agree with that route, because if he's going for a phase boots, or sorry, a Ghost Marches, I feel like it's more of a early game item you need to put some aggression onto the Hellborn team, which is not what they're looking for. So if he wanted to go farming, he should have just gone for Steam Boots. It's much more utility.
I see. Now, one thing that kind of I've forgotten to really put emphasis on is this Wild Soul. In fact, I kind of forgotten that L1 have got a Wild Soul. So, take a look at his stats. That is, we do have 225 GPM for him. And looking pretty okay. Has been farming the Ancients for quite some time, I believe. Of course, of course, inclusive of the creep pulling all the way to the towers and stuff like that. Because of the new patch, if I'm not wrong, the creeps will now no longer attack the Ancients. Am I right?
Yeah, it will no longer do that. That was, in my opinion, that was kind of broken, and there were like ways that you could have actually exploited that, so that's a good change by them that was done. Just coming back into this game though, Massive Arm's already level 6, so that's a good thing for this Legion team. Now they won't be able to get ganked so heavily by the Witchlayer, Engineer and Pestilence combination. Should be able to negate some damage right there. Corrupted Disciple is just it's not tanky at all, in my opinion. He's very squishy right now, and that's why I would have preferred the Steam Boots as well on top of him, because Ghost Marches just provides mobility, which the Pestilence can always shut you down, follow you with the flight, and then stun you to the ground with an Impale, and just lock you in place with a Gore. So like, he could have gone for more HP items, and this is one of the games where I think it's not as necessary to pick up a Mystic Vestments, although there is still that Engineer and Witchlayer. Like, at the early start, if you see a Witchlayer and Engineer that's constantly roaming around being proactive, you gotta have that presence of mind to already build up onto a Mystic Vestments to not get screwed so easily. The top lane though.
Yeah, top lane. So we do have stuns on to Sandrift. The ultimate gonna be channeled onto Sandrift, and he runs away. He turns back. And what the hell is going on? Dust of Revolution is gonna be used on the Scout, and Bunch of Armor on the Scout. He's gonna try to run away from this instant, and instantaneously being destroyed by Silver Bullet over there. Well played from the Hellborn. It turns out things is looking really grim. Middle lane, in fact, we do have a Luna being constantly gored in by Pestilence. So he's got his, oh my god, he's got his portal key. Oh my god, okay. What the heck? So s2y, oh my god. This game doesn't look like a steamroll at all, but as the game progresses, it's really changing the tide. Take a look at Smith's fate over here, being picked off by the Hellborn once again. Take a look at their overall stats right now. Okay, it's nice to see that Peter, yes, didn't get killed at all. He didn't assist anyone and didn't kill anyone. So practically he's been RPGing the whole time. So that's kind of a bummer. Escape the suicide laner. So 1:2. I think that is pretty decent. It's pretty fine. A Luna DYS core actually playing as support 1:4. Unfortunately for him, dying 4 times. As for Corrupted Disciple, he's been in the short lane, dying 1 time. And Mr. Sons. Oh my god, where do I start? 0:4.
Yeah. He's not having a good game at all.
It's starting to really bear a lot of. Oh, what the hell? I forgot to D&D and I got instantaneously spammed in. But anyways, so yeah, it's really starting to put on a lot of weight onto Mr. Sons here. He's got no good farm. Take a look at GPM is a 178 and it's just stuck. I think he's been being picked off at a very wrong moment and wrong time. Really out of position from time to time. Oh my god, instantaneously just going in for that. We do have energy field as well as the Mirage. Portal key in by Pestilence and Bomb Rusher Paul immediately getting a double tap for his team. Surprisingly, as an engineer it is, I thought that it would be Sandwraith or Pestilence getting the kill, but in the end he's the one getting the kill. So, how did engineer actually popped in just now?
That was huge. I mean, he was sitting on Invis Rune, just constantly scouting out the Master Worms, the Luna, like the Fade. Like it was just really unfortunate. They didn't have anything to spot out the. Well, I mean, they actually do. They have the Electric Eye to spot out the invisibility, so could have known that there was something that they picked up. Used it to complete efficiency right there, I have to say. Picked up 3 kills right away, and that's because he set up a huge energy field on top of a portal key in. Initiation by Pestilence as well as the Mirage ulti there by Sandwraith. So like, there's really nothing else you can do besides just die. I'm surprised I didn't finish clear. Yeah, in fact, they even cleared up the triple stack Ancient, so that it made it that much more sweeter for the Hellborn team. Like that was such a good victory for them. But yeah, nice snipe onto the career.
Totally saw that. The whole thing, I was just aiming on the scout the whole damn time and just waiting. He's literally just waiting and just wait, and of course, lightning speed has been called and just managed to just destroy that current instantaneously. So, it looks like we're able to see a Firebrand onto Corrupted Disciple. Let's say, what do you think of the Corrupted Disciple's current item? So he picked up a Firebrand instead of going for the typical tanky build. So he's gonna go straight for the Jomidas Bane. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty alright in this Hellborn team. I mean this Legion team. He needs to be able to get around in team fights much more faster. I think that's why you see so much mobility of items onto himself. He definitely needs a Shrunken Head though to cancel out the stun from Pestilence as well as the stuns from Wishslayer and Engineer. Because if he wants to take those early team fights and have that aggression, he should probably finish that up first before finishing off the Shumator's Bane. I'm actually surprised that he decided to pick it up. I think it was more of like a farming tool, I guess, for himself.
Probably.
And yeah, and for and for Corrupted Disciple, I feel that having the Dawnbringer is just that much more better for a Corrupted Disciple. Instead of a Scotty into something like a Geometer's Bane or a what's it called, or Grim of Power. This is just it's just standardized. I mean, like all around a really standard item for this Corrupted Disciple now with the changes that was made to it. Or I mean, the addition of the Dawnbringer right there.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. So, I'm kind of hoping to see a step for the Masters onto this Corrupted Disciple, but no, that's not gonna be possible. So, considering the fact that they are not really in a very good position to actually just anyhow getting items. I mean, like, Step for the Masters is a fine item onto Corrupted Disciple. I think it just it technically provides what he really needs, the mana pool that he needs, because he's got some mana issues, the tankiness in terms of getting more HP and stuff like that, and you even get more frequency onto your feedback. So it's your overload, sorry, your overload. So it just really improve your tankiness, improve your DPS to a certain point as well. Take a look at Luna, completely sniped down, no question asked. I kinda question about the ultimate coming in from Master of Arms, because for me, if I'm playing a Master of Arms, I wouldn't even bother, because no one is around and it's being taken on by 3 persons. So technically you wasted your ultimate on someone who is 100% dead.
Yeah, that
could have been used in a better time.
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean,
bad
like,
right now.
this game is like so out of Legion's reach for the time being.
Fate might die anytime, actually. Oh no.
No, I don't think so. He should play this properly right now. I think he should be. Yeah, he should be okay. Hellborn team has everything going for them already. Shrunken Head. Yeah, Shrunken Head. Sorry. In the works of for Pestilence right there. Bottom lane though.
You have just Mirage coming in onto this Corrupted Disciple. Once again, the Hellborn really just goes together as a team. Okay, not really as a team, but it's always 3-man gank. All the time, 3-man, 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 3-man. I've hardly seen 2-man ganks, because technically Sandrift has been using his Mirage to the fullest potential. Whenever he have ultimate, he just went for it, and instantaneously almost every 1 minute, which because the cooldown is roughly about 1 minute or 100 seconds, that is. So every 1 minute and around 1 minute or 2 minutes, let's say. Every 2 minutes he will use his ultimate once. So he's really making full use of his potential of getting all around the map. So that's one thing I really like that DoIQ is really doing. He just keeps using his ultimate on and on and on, just giving him as much skills as much as possible. 4:0:6. Now that's a good score for Sandra since it's only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, he's sitting already at level. Well, actually, his level is kind of similar to the Corrupted Disciple, but still, he has 4 kills up with 6 assists. You look at Corrupted Disciple, he only is sitting at 2 deaths, nothing else, not even an assist. That just shows that Legion team has not been aggressive at all.
Again!
Oh, wow.
Again, man! Oh my god! This count. Vengeance is definitely on the road.
Yep, but still, I mean, with a change to the courier, Sandrift's items, fine, it should be an intact. Look at Scout, man, gonna take a lot of harassment.
Yeah, it does a revolution. Oh
damage,
no, it
man.
doesn't. Yeah, the damage from Sandra is phenomenal. Not to forget that he actually have Jomina's Bane. So if he uses Jomina's Bane a lot earlier, he might actually get a kill on the Scout.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, he didn't have enough lockdown, nor did he have dust, so
yeah,
wouldn't be able to kill that. Fate just gonna completely skip Portal Key and go for an early Shrunken Head, which I think is, I don't know, like, it's kind of core. Like, I really feel like Portal Key, you definitely need that item again. You need some kind of initiation form on this Legion team right now. Whether it be initiation or counter initiation, that Portal Key will help out a lot. Shrunken Head is pretty alright, but the thing is, you look at Hellborn team, which Slayer Raid is a Portal Key, the Pestilence is a Portal Key, so if you get initiated on, you're not gonna get your skills off, and that's just really I'm like, you're not gonna be able to get your Shrunken Head off in the nick of time. Like, there is like almost no delay when you see a Witch Slayer blink port in with the Portal Key and then sheep you to death with miniaturize. So it's just, I don't know, like
miniaturize. Oh wait, what?
The Hellborn have destroyed
I mean, like,
Legion
Wild
Tower.
Soul, you look at him, man, he is getting decent farm on himself. Where's his bear? Okay. Yeah, his bear has Mock of Billions. To see how quickly that they push down the tier tower, the tier 2 tower there at the top lane. And this was what I was talking about. Like, if Legion team don't use their aggressive lineup in the early start of the game, they're gonna lose out in the late stages. You see already which, like, the supports coming up from the Hellborn team are able to do something now.
But at this point of time, I kind of give Legion the credits that they have been constantly making full use of the ancient camps. So far I've seen them do fight against the ancients like 4 times, like triple stacked, I think. I forgot. But total, they really did a number onto these ancients and really making full use of what they have, because, well, they can't roam around and get kills, especially for this Fate. I mean, like, Fate is a strong hero in terms of snowballing, and once you have your reflection, you have got level 11, and your opponent is technically level 8, level 9. You can just get kills really easily. But now Fate is really underhanded. He is 0 to 5. There's really nothing he can do. All he can do is, okay, he can support, and he can assist his teammates in getting kills, but it doesn't seem like the whole of S2Y is currently in unison. All they are in unison is practically killing ancient camps.
Yeah, and the decent sign of life right now for our Legion team is that Scout has a shrunken head, and he's trying to split push as much as possible, which is probably like the only good option they have right now, because at least it kind of opens up space for his Legion team, giving them the extra gold to get those added items for their core heroes. Corrupted Disciple has 2.4k golds, well, almost 2.5k golds, so it's saved up in the bank. This Mighty Blade, I'm not sure if it's going to be a Dawnbringer or if it's going to just transition into a Shrunken Head. I think Shrunken Head is the much better option.
That is right.
As you see Boo Boo, that's
we have it. And Fate constantly being locked down, instantaneously just going down. It's gonna be a Luna the next target and just rest down in peace. Hellborn 5 is to don't know how many. I mean, like they was able to get a kill onto Fate before anything happened, and after that they got a kill onto Luna. So technically there was position problems from s2y, and that is how the Hellborn got 2 kills. So the Legion did really have to communicate with themselves a lot better. They need to issue right commands for each other. Right now they are just really broken apart, to be honest.
Like, it just seems like this is not the same S2Y that won the DreamHack Winter Qualifiers.
Yeah, it's that's surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and take the Kong right here for the Hellborn team, and that should be fairly easy for them. Scott's actually gonna pick up a haste rune. Hopefully can make something out of this. He does have a quick blade picked up, so I do believe this is gonna be a nullfire blade. Either that or even a basher, but I think okay, like if he's gonna go for a nullfire blade, it's most probably gonna be able to cancel the Pestilence Swarm effect. But the thing is, you can reapply that on like what, within 10 seconds after using the spell. So not the best tool to really have in terms of against this Hellborn team. And the thing is, yes, you can kind of purge off like the stuns coming up from Witch Slayer, but is it really worth it? Yeah, exactly. Is it really worth it? That's the thing. And I'm actually surprised that Myth is not holding on so far. Like they're sitting at a deficit of 9.6k and 9.5k gold and EXP advantage respectively, and I just have never really seen them going down this really badly.
That is right. I totally agree to that. So at this point of time, Pestilence got a shrunken head as well. It's about time that we actually go through the items, because I think we need to get a catch up onto that. So Master of Arms playing support for the Legion has got a Energizer and a Major Totem, so technically he's going to go for the push book. Scout, like you said, either going for the Jomina's Bane or the Nullfire Blade. I kinda like the Jomina's Bane better. I mean, like, permanent disarm. Why not? I mean, like, it's not permanent, but you get what I meant. Yeah, for Luna, still a little bit stuck on items. Been unfortunately feeding to the Hellborn 1:7 and doing his core job as a warder. As for Corrupted Disciple, though, he's got his Firebrand, he's got his Shrunken Head, and he's got his Helm of Victim. So I think he's gonna go straight for Aegis? No. He got Shrunken Head already. So Whispering Helm is the only thing I can think of. But why would he go for Whispering Helm? Would he go for Whispering Helm?
Yeah, I think he could go for a Whispering Helm. It will at least allow him to stay in team fights and just auto attack. Because if he saps out, like if Corrupted, you see right there, yeah, it's gonna be Whispering Helm.
Whispering Helm.
If he uses the Corrupted Conduit onto a heavy damage dealing hero, like
Sandwave!
Yeah, it's gonna cut his damage down, but yes, he will still do enough damage with the Deserted. That's 45 true damage. But he saps out a lot of attack damage.
Hold on a second, we have got a lot of big fights coming in. Sandwave, he's got his token of life, and instantaneously we've got two humans, two Hellborn in shiny armor, destroying Corrupted Disciple and Fate. Not to forget the Master of Arms as well. So Legion's left with two heroes, a Luna and this Scout. Now what can the two of them do? Absolutely nothing! Hellborn is gonna get the Rex and the bottom lane confirmed. it's confirmed that they will get the Rex in the bottom lane. So completely barren. Our scout is still pushing in the middle lane though. Well, he knows he knows his place. He's not getting he's not getting on the high horse or anything. He knows that he can't go back. He can't do anything to defend. And oh my God, Luna currently being stunned down, and he's trying to run away, but still being picked up by Chitawan, and he goes down over there. Middle lane will be challenged by the Hellborn, no doubts about that. It shouldn't be a problem at all. So middle lane, Baron soon. I don't think that the Hellborn would lose the next fight anytime, to be honest. So Fate is in reflection. Are they able to see? Yes, they do have Water Revelation there. Channeled the ultimate onto Pestilence. He runs away, and the Hellborn will just continue to run away. Why was the energy field even needed?
I have no. It's just kind of like defensive purposes when they were running out. That's just yeah, just in case. I mean, that's such a good team fight for them. They destroy bottom, they destroy the melee racks in the middle lane. They even set up a Word of Revelation right there. And yeah, I'm just so surprised that s2y is losing so hard. Did they win their games yesterday? I gotta ask that. I can't. Okay, so they finally they drew yesterday against RDCF, so this is gonna probably be their second draw if they lose this game and they win the next. So, or probably even their first loss into this tournament. I'm really surprised, I gotta say. Like, usually this won't happen to mith.sorry, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
I have no idea what's going on. s2y is currently being playing a little bit badly against MRR. I mean, like, okay, they are. I mean, like the start, the early phase, during the laning phase, it was pretty fine. But after the laning phase, it's like somewhere around the early to the mid stages of the game, Fate and Luna was heavily underperforming, and they just gave up. Oh my God, we have the Mirage onto the Legion, and instantaneously, I think Luna. Oh no, Luna will be able to run away. So. Well done by that. I think Shiny Pestilence again. Top lane will be wrecked down, and I'm pretty sure that the GG calls will be called very soon. Ultimately gonna be channeled onto which player. He have the miniaturization onto whoever that person is, which is Corrupted Disciple, followed by a Silver Bullet, and down he goes. Constant vote has been called, and of course MRR draws the first win for today.
Yeah, oh man, like that last team fight, if they really wanted to try to pull something off, Backstage should have actually just used the Shrunken Head before running in. He just ran in right there, got owned by the quick reflexes from Colorex. He jumped in with, I think, not even using the pork, I didn't really say that properly, but he instantly miniaturized him and he couldn't do much. He just stood there, let the rest of the Hellborn team kill him. So yeah, it just comes down to s2y not really utilizing their Legion heroes as much to the full potential. You saw how many times Mr. Suns got ganked in the middle lane, couldn't get anything done, and he had such a slow start that it really affected the rest of his team, especially seeing as to how they have that kind of like the dual core setup with the Scout and the Corrupted Disciple.
Yeah, that is right. So, a really questionable performance from s2y that we've seen in the first game. Hopefully that they will show us a little bit much more improvement in the Hellborn, because, well, I don't think that I'm pretty sure that everyone out there isn't expecting such a performance from s2y. So come on s2y, let's beat MRR. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people out there acknowledge them as one of the strongest team in Thailand. So I mean, like, I don't know how to say this. I'm a little bit difficult to say at the standpoint that s2y is underperforming as the next candidate for DreamHack Winter. So don't disappoint us s2y, and of course don't disappoint yourself. Game 2 incoming very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, and we will be back for more. And for the meantime, I'm gonna leave you guys with more music. Back in 5 to 10 minutes. Stay tuned, guys.